Welcome back to Daytime. We always take great pleasure introducing you to new music groups in and around our area, especially on Thursday. It's sort of our Given Entertainment Day. So today we're going to introduce you to some young gentlemen. They are known as Youth in Air. They hail from Waterloo, and they were sort of born out of a music school program and also out of the well-known Maxwell's Music House, one of the venues we've profiled here on the show before. So let's meet the band members, shall we? First, seated from left to right, Xander Boston. We have Conrad Galecki and Jacob Barton. Gentlemen, thanks for dropping by here today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
So the first thing that you have to put up with, and I thought, geez, when I introduce them, are they going to be upset that I keep saying young gentlemen? Are you tired of being referred to as a young group?
No, I think it helps our name because we're so young and we've done really well. From what we're bringing, especially the ARC battle, making it to the finals against all these other bands that are twice our age.
Well, that's kind of interesting because did you worry about that? Were you thinking, and maybe Conrad, you want to address this? Were you concerned that wait a minute, these guys have been playing a lot longer?
Definitely, I was concerned about that, but I really believed in my band, and I knew that we really had something special, and we could really make it to the finals, and we made it to the finals. So
excellent.
Now we're all happy.
Jacob, let's talk about the formation of the group and a couple things at play here. First of all, a music school. Tell me how the group developed and got together.
Oh, well, we are currently taking lessons with the teachers at Maxwell's, and we were participating in the Rockstar camps there. So then they kind of like after a month after the summer, they asked, hey, do you guys want to form a band? That's pretty much how.
See, okay, so it all seems perfect to form a band, but I think not only does it take, Xander, musical skill, but it also takes a chemistry.
Yeah.
Were you guys already friends? Did you kind of know what you were each capable of?
No, I didn't know either of them before this. It's just we got together, and after a few sessions, we really started to bond together, and it worked out very well.
Good and well if you're only doing covers, but Conrad, have you taken stabs at writing together too and found that works?
It took work, right? Because none of us knew each other. Xander came in playing guitar.
Right.
We're like, oh, he's great. And then Jacob came in singing, playing guitar, and we're like, he can do this, right? And then we all kind of were listening to our own different bands, but then it took a few weeks, and just instantly we found our kind of like style that we
Your
all
sound.
Yeah, like the Youth in Air sound, so we call it, and we found that, and we just started writing together, and really it's all just we input everything into each song, so it's not just one person writes one song and that's it, and everyone else just plays their song.
And Youth in Air is not AYR, which people might think if they're watching the show. It's like the mistake. How did the name come to be?
Well, at one of our practices, Dave Mansell, our mentor, brought us downstairs, and he was like, we have to come up with a name. And then Conrad looked in the newspaper and he saw young, and then he was like, youth, and then Dave was like, I like that. So,
and then it happened.
Yeah.
How fantastic is that?
Quite.
So the exposure you've gotten from being three guys that hadn't played before to now being out there and playing, and I know among your gigs you played at the Mayor's Levee this year to bring in the new year. It's one thing to just sit and jam in a room over at Maxwell's. It's another thing to have an audience. How did you feel when you first had the audience out there?
Yeah, it's definitely a different experience. It's a lot more, I'd say, entertaining to do, because when you're just playing with your friends, you don't have anyone listening to your music.
Right.
But when you have people, then you have someone who appreciates the music
So you don't see it as more pressure, you see it as a plus because you can, feed off their energy? Is that what you find?
And we all really just easily, because these boys are amazing at performing, right? And now, whenever we go on stage, it's just, you look down and it's like you're at home. You have your pedals and your guitar. For me, I have my drums around. And then from there, we just don't want to be nervous. We just want to entertain the crowd. Okay,
so Jacob, tell me because people will ask you this, and again, it may drive you batty, but if you don't happen to have your music on you, they say, well, how do you describe your sound? If you had to categorize where your music fits.
Probably like pop rock, kind of.
Pop rock.
Because it's not like screaming like, but it's like, it's kind
It's
of
not Japanese death metal.
Yeah.
Really got to get one of those groups on the show. That's a real win. Yeah, I know.
It's more like melodic than like just random power chords just fit everywhere.
Right. And how about Xander, from songwriting, from a standpoint? Sitting down and writing the music, that's one thing. What about when it comes to lyrics?
Yeah, I don't really know how to do it. I've tried, but these two are geniuses at doing it. don't know how they do it, but
Smart guy, hang
Yeah.
around talent. That's what I do on the show. Hang around smart people.
Yeah.
Makes me look better. Yeah. Well, you walk me through the songwriting process. Is it the music first, the lyrics, a bit of both?
Well, really, we all go home and we just pick up our guitars or whatever, right? And we just start playing, and let's say we're just in our basements playing guitar or drums, and then we say, oh, that sounds cool.
Right.
Then we would start making the song ourselves. We'd go to the band, and then from that, it would just be like kind of a format. And then we would all eventually just have everything that, like, let's say Xander wanted to add in this one guitar part. We really liked it. We would add that in. Jacob wanted to add these lyrics that would sound really cool, so we would add that in. And eventually we would just have this song that all of us enjoy to
And
play.
so what are you grabbing the lyrics out of? Personal experience? You're reading
Yeah,
someone's diary? What are you doing?
Mostly personal experience, yeah. Like our song "You," it's pretty much about like helping someone who's like been sad, like your good friend or someone that you feel a bit more than a friend to. Yeah.
Yes, I've had that feeling before. And she didn't call me back. Hey, let's start writing a song right here on the show. Let's talk to the role that Maxwell's played. What a wonderful venue.
yeah, Maxwell's, they've done a lot for us. We have lessons every week with Dave Mansell, who is an instructor there. And then we have Paul Maxwell, who's helped book a lot of our gigs. Maxwell's provides a great space for us to work and practice.
To develop musically,
Yeah.
locally at the same time. Yeah, Paul's the full deal, because he'll take you from the learning right up to the promotion, to the millions of dollars. And you know what? He'll never want to cut. He won't eat well. I might. So let's talk. Where can we hear you play?
On Friday, we're playing at Elements.
It's tomorrow.
Yeah,
Okay.
tomorrow. In the Arc Battle of the Bands final.